Today's video breaks down exactly what experienced travelers have eliminated from their packing lists and why you might want to consider doing the same. The first thing that might surprise you is that experienced travelers have actually stopped buying travel-sized toiletries. While these tiny bottles seem convenient, you have probably noticed that they are ridiculously overpriced for the amount of product that you get. Instead of spending $4 on a miniature bottle of shampoo, smart travelers will invest in reusable silicone containers that they can fill with products they already have at home. Not only does this save money, but it also reduces waste and ensures that you're using products that work well for you, not just whatever the heck you were able to find in a travel size container. A good set of TSA approved reusable containers can cost you less than $20 and they're going to last you for years, which means they pay for themselves even after just one trip. But make sure you get to number 3 on this list before you start spending any money on travel size containers. The second item experienced travelers are no longer packing would be towels. Packing a full-size bath towel is a massive waste of space, even if you're heading to a beach destination. Almost every hotel, resort, and even many Airbnbs are going to provide towels for their guests. If you are concerned about having a beach towel, many resorts offer these as well, or you can even purchase an inexpensive one at your destination that might even cost you less than the cost of checking an extra bag to bring your own from home. If you're still convinced that you need to bring your own towel from home, then consider purchasing a microfiber travel towel that packs down to take up as little space as possible. I have personally never found a travel towel that I actually like, as I find that most of them end up wicking the water off your skin as opposed to actually drying you. You had one job. The next category experienced travelers have eliminated is anything that their accommodation already provides, which can be many things beyond just towels. This includes travel irons, hair dryers, steamers, umbrellas, and even basic toiletries like shampoo and soap. If you are staying at a hotel and trying to travel carry-on only, using the provided shampoo, conditioner, and body wash frees up precious space in your liquids bag for items that are going to be harder to find or items that are going to be more expensive at your destination. For example, if I'm heading to a resort or a hotel, instead of packing basic toiletries like shampoo, I will use the space for sunscreen, which can be extremely expensive in tourist areas. Or I'll use my liquids allowance for specialty products like anti-chafe cream that might be difficult to find at the destination. It's always a good idea before you travel to take a few minutes and check the hotel or the resort or your Airbnb's listing to see the amenities list on their website, or simply call the front desk to ask what's available in the rooms. If your accommodations don't have a steamer or an iron, consider packing a tiny bottle of wrinkle release spray. These work quite well and they will save you a ton of space. The fourth item experienced travelers have eliminated is checked baggage altogether. Traveling with only carry-on luggage has become the gold standard in efficient travel, and for good reason. Checking bags not only costs extra on most airlines, sometimes up to $60 per bag each way, but it also creates the risk of lost or delayed luggage. And if you are taking any flights during your vacation, such as domestic flights around Europe, you are going to be paying even more fees. You'll have to pay each flight that you take to check that bag. You'll also be wasting valuable vacation time waiting at baggage claim, and if I haven't convinced you, just think of what a pain in the butt it's going to be to lug a check-in suitcase around for your entire trip, especially if you are going to Europe, where elevators are a lot less common than they are in the US. The freedom of moving quickly through airports, skipping baggage claim, and easily navigating public transportation with a single small bag is something that, once you've experienced it, it's hard to give up. I can already see all of the comments coming in, as I know many of you watching swear by checking a suitcase. Let us know down in the comments if you will be checking a bag on your next trip, which, by the way, is completely okay, and in some cases it can even save you from a hefty carry-on baggage fee if your carry-on suitcase does happen to be oversized or overweight because you decided to overstuff it. On the other hand, checking a bag can put you at risk of number 10, which is probably one of the biggest packing mistakes that new travelers make. The fifth category that experienced travelers have stopped packing is excessive cases and organizers, especially single-use items that are designed for the plane, like tray table covers and pouches. While organization is important, dedicated cases for every little thing actually takes up more space than it saves. Those specialized tech pouches, camera cases, and travel document organizers might seem helpful, but they end up adding bulk and weight to your luggage. They're also just more things to manage. Some cases and organizers can be worth it, and I like to opt for versatile options like packing cubes that can be compressed when they're not full, or simple Ziploc bags that take up virtually no space when empty. For electronics, a single small pouch for cables and chargers is usually sufficient rather than individual cases for each device and each charging cord. I'll keep this one short and sweet. The next item that experienced travelers have abandoned would be a neck pillow for the flight. These cushions might seem essential for long flights, but they're awkward to carry around and they're only going to be used for such a teeny tiny fraction of your trip. Think about it. You'll use a neck pillow for maybe 6 to 8 hours on a flight, but then you're stuck carrying around this awkward, bulky item for the rest of your trip. Just like those tray table organizers and pouches that you're only going to be used on the plane, most seasoned travelers have realized that having a neck pillow is just not worth the hassle. And if you absolutely can't sleep without neck support, consider these alternatives. Roll up a jacket or a scarf that you're already packing, or invest in an inflatable neck pillow that's going to pack down flat when it's not in use. Or you can take this tip and do what I usually do, which is going into a flight knowing that many major airlines on long-haul flights are going to have plane seats with adjustable headrests that allow you to bend them as well as move them up and down. And speaking of being comfortable on the flight, you'll also find a link in the description to grab a free packing list that's going to help you pack everything that you need for the plane and skip the stuff that you don't need. The next item that experienced travelers have stopped packing would be a good old pair of traditional denim jeans. While jeans might be a staple for you at home, they certainly are for me, they're actually one of the worst clothing items for travel. Denim is heavy, bulky, slow to dry if it gets wet, and not particularly comfortable for long periods of sitting on planes, trains, or buses. A single pair of jeans can weigh as much as 3 pairs of lightweight travel pants. I've partnered with Halara on this video to show you that just because traditional denim jeans are a no-go for packing doesn't mean that you can't pack jeans at all. Halara's line of flex denim look like regular jeans, but they offer travel-friendly features like quick drying capabilities, wrinkle resistance, and stretch for comfort. A lot of stretch. What I love about these is that they literally come in every size, color, and style that you could possibly imagine. From skinny to wide leg, cropped to full length, high-waisted to mid-rise, and they come in dozens of colors beyond just basic blue. They have options that flatter every body type, body shape, and size, from extra small all the way up to 4X. They're also super affordable and offer incredible value for the price. I've been wearing this particular pair for over a year now, and they still look brand new despite me practically living in them both at home and on trips. You can find the link to check out Halara Flex Denim down in the video description, and then use the code TRAVEL at checkout to get an additional discount on full-priced items. Fun fact, this shirt is also Halara. Love it. The next item experienced travelers no longer use is vacuum seal packing bags or any compression cubes that do too good a job of compressing your clothing. While these compression bags might seem like a clever way to fit more clothes in your luggage, they actually encourage overpacking and create practical problems. The main issue is that once you've used the bags to compress your clothing at home, often using a vacuum if you are using one of these vacuum compression bags, you'll struggle to repack those items at your destination without the same tool. This leaves you with either bulkier luggage for your return trip home, which is probably going to cost you, or it gives you the hassle of finding a vacuum at your accommodation. No thank you. You can also expect that your clothing is going to be a wrinkled disaster by the time that you go to unpack, and keep in mind that while these cubes do an excellent job at compressing the space that your clothing is going to take up, they aren't going to cut down on the weight. And those overweight baggage fees are no joke. Most airlines have weight limits on checked luggage, and some airlines, especially in Europe, have weight limits on carry-on luggage as well. Standard compression packing cubes offer a more practical middle ground, providing some space-saving benefits without requiring any special equipment or allowing you to go too overboard with how much you can pack. Another thing that experienced travelers have stopped doing would be exchanging large amounts of cash before their trip and then packing it and taking it with them. Those airport currency exchange kiosks, and even your local bank, typically offer poor exchange rates, and they often charge additional fees. Smart travelers now travel with a bank card and simply withdraw cash at an ATM once they reach their destination. This approach typically provides a much better exchange rate and allows you to take out only what you need as you go, which is going to limit the risk of having cash lost or stolen. To avoid ATM fees, consider opening an account with banks that reimburse international ATM charges, like Charles Schwab or Capital One. Also, always choose to be charged in the local currency and decline any conversion when using ATMs or credit cards abroad. It's because the dynamic currency conversion option usually comes with hidden fees. Avoid it. The 10th category, and probably the most important, of things that experienced travelers have stopped packing would be things that I like to call the just in case items. These are the things that you probably won't need, but then you end up packing them out of anxiety or simply just overthinking. This includes fancy clothes for impromptu nice dinners, heels you might wear once, specialized outdoor gear for activities you're not planning to do, workout clothing when, let's be honest, you're not in a great workout routine, and various gadgets and accessories that rarely end up getting used on your trip. And assuming photography is not a serious hobby or a profession, you might want to consider leaving a camera behind, as the camera on most modern smartphones can capture fantastic photos without the bulk and the weight of any additional equipment. The reality is that most just-in-case items go completely unused and they add weight to your luggage. If you do end up needing something unexpectedly, you can almost always purchase that item at your destination. A good rule of thumb is if you find yourself saying just in case as you go to pack something, you probably shouldn't be packing it. Especially if it's a clothing item that you have never worn or you haven't worn in the past year. Do not pack it. You probably don't need it, and it's just going to take up space and end up being dragged around on this trip unnecessarily. The next item experienced travelers no longer pack is full bottles of vitamins, pain relievers, and other non-prescription medications. There's simply no need to bring 100 tablets of Advil or a multivitamin for a 1-week trip. Instead, pack only the amount that you reasonably expect to use, plus a few extras for contingencies. Small pill organizers work perfectly for storing a week's worth of vitamins or a few doses of common medications. But when it comes to prescription medications, the rules are different. Always bring enough for your entire trip, plus a few extras in case of any delays, and then keep them in their original labeled container to avoid any issues at customs or security. I'll link to a video in the description and put it on the screen now with detailed information on how to pack prescription and non-prescription medications, liquid medications, vitamins, and other medical devices properly for both domestic and international flights. The majority of Americans are on at least one prescription medication, and if you plan to travel with any medications, prescription or not, you will want to know the updated rules before you head for your flight. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join us back here for more travel tips and hacks each week, and I will see you in that next video soon. Bye.